Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Tradingofftilt. I'm Ryan. In this video, we're going to be going over the Elliott wave count that I have for ETH, BTC, so Ethereum, Bitcoin. And before I get into it, I should mention that I'm not a huge fan of using Elliott waves on these kind of assets or these kind of pairs, because you're basically betting that one asset very similar to another asset is going to outpace the same asset class. So it's kind of the same reason that I don't like to use Elliott waves on Forex as much as, for example, Bitcoin USD or stocks. But without further ado, we're going to try to interpret what this could be, what Elliott wave count this could be if we were to apply an Elliott wave count to the ETH BTC chart. And starting out, we have the macro count on the screen. So I'm putting in primary wave 1 right here for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then this would come down for a primary wave 2 for an ABC zigzag. And then currently we're in an extended wave 3. Now obviously this wave 3 can't go down here because we haven't yet taken out the top of this wave 1. So it has to go up here. And I'm counting this all as an intermediate wave 1, where I would count it up. Oops, let's hide that. I would count it up starting out with a expanding leading diagonal for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a wave 1, down for a wave 2, and then this would be a wave 3 for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this wave 3. So currently we could be in this wave 4. There are other ways you could count this. If you were to extend this trend line a little bit to this peak right here, and then this bottom one as so, you could also count this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that would make, and put this wave 1 here and this wave 2 here. But that would make this section right here, this wave 2, very short and swift, which I don't like as much, because that would mean this wave 2 would be shorter in terms of price retracement and price and time duration than this wave 4 right here of a lesser degree. So I think it makes more sense to put wave 1 here and then 2 here, then moving up. Well, if we were to put 1 here and then 2 here, what we could say for this section right here, so let's do that once more. If 1 were to go here and 2 were to go here, we could say this is all a triangle count. So in this case, we could say this would be, well, actually, yeah, so this couldn't be a triangle, because this would have to be a wave 3. This would have to be a wave 4 if it were to be a triangle. So I'm going to go back. This can't be a wave 2. I was going to say this could be a wave 1 too, but this wouldn't make sense, because that would mean we would be getting a wave 2 triangle, which isn't possible. You could get a wave 2 triangle. It's very rare, but you can get a WXY for a wave 2 triangle, or very rarely, I think almost never, you'll get a wave 2 triangle that is just a triangle in itself. So let's go back. I'm going to put the wave 1 here and the 2 down here. And then counting up, we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this wave 3. I'm going to hide this triangle. And basically, all I wanted to show you guys for the macro time frame is we're looking a lot higher for this primary wave 3. And some tools we could be looking at to the downside would be, first of all, this pitchfork right here. So this would be a 0, 1, 2 pitchfork, taken from the bottom of this wave 1 to the top, dragged to the bottom of wave 2. And you can see this bottom pitchfork line acted as pretty good support. Down here, you get a bounce, rise up, bounce, bounce, rise up, then another bounce here. So I would expect if this wave 4 were to come down here to this pitchfork line, it would probably act as support once again, and it might give us another bounce for this wave 5 to complete this intermediate wave 1. Now we also have this parallel channel right here. So this would be taken from the same points. Actually, this would be taken from the bottom of wave 1, top of wave 1 to this point right here. So this would be the minor wave 2, the bottom of minor wave 2. And you guys can see this bottom channel line comes around the same area as this pitchfork. So I would expect it to be pretty strong support if we were to make our way down here for this wave 4. And we could potentially expect a rise up for this wave 5. That's basically all I wanted to show you guys for the macro count. Now I'm going to hide the tools for now, and I'm going to show you guys the more local count that we have on this section right here. So it would be this one right here. So to clarify, this would all be a zigzag for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this wave A. This wave B looks pretty impulsive, but it can't be an impulse wave because that would mean it would have to be a flat, which a flat would not make sense in this section, or it would have to be a wave 1, which also doesn't make sense because this low comes below this low right here. So we could zoom into the daily chart. Actually, let's go to the 4-hour chart. Let's delete the brush tool. If we scroll on over here, then you guys can see, like I mentioned, it looks pretty impulsive, but we have to give it an ABC or a WXY for a corrective move. So in this case, it would probably be something along the lines of, this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the A wave, B wave up for the C wave, something like that. Or this could be an A, B, C up here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the C wave. There's multiple ways you could do it, but that's probably the best way we could label this wave B. Then moving on, we get this 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be a running triangle for this wave 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to complete this wave 2 and the wave C of the zigzag. Now moving on to this section right here, we get a leading expanding diagonal, which is valid because this wave 3 is longer than this wave 1, and this wave 5 is longer than this wave 3. So we get it would be something along the lines of this. So this would be barely expanding. If we take a parallel channel, we could see from this line, this peak wave 1. Zoom in. Okay, let's abandon the magnet tool and just go freehand. So if we use a parallel channel, we can see that barely it is an expanding diagonal, but it still is. So it would be valid. So this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the wave 1. Then moving down, we get a wave 2. Down here would probably be a zigzag for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is wave 2. Then moving up, we get a minuet wave 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually, what we would do to count this section right here. So one way we could count it is actually saying this is all a massive wave 3, or rather massive wave 4. If this is a WXY, and then we would actually be putting this minor wave 3 somewhere up here. And this would actually all be, so this would all be a minuet wave 4 down here at this Y wave. But the better way to count it, in my opinion, would be calling this all a WXY. So let's hide these labels for now. All right, I just went ahead and changed the degrees for you guys to make it easier for you guys to read. So to clarify, we have a minute 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, 4 here for a WXY, for a triangle, zigzag, zigzag. And then we came up for a minute wave 5 to complete this minor wave 3 right here, which would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So currently we're in this minor wave 4, and if we assume it's a impulse wave, which it looks like an impulse wave for the most part, you can't really get a nice A, B, C in here. So it looks more like an impulse wave in the making. Then if we zoom in, we could get a 1, 2 here. Then counting down, we could get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this minuet wave 3. And this minuet wave 4 would actually be up here. Now, I was going to mention you could squeeze in this minuet wave 4 here if you wanted to. I don't like to do that because that would mean this minuet wave 4 would be shorter in terms of price retracement and time duration than this sub-minuet wave 4, which would be of a smaller degree. So I think it makes more sense to put this wave 4 up here and call this all an expanded flat for an A, B, C. Also, if you zoom into the 15-minute chart, you can see this wave B actually comes in the way of a 3-wave move. So it would be hard to count this as a 5-wave impulse into the lows to count this wave B, or rather count this wave 3 as complete down here. I think it makes more sense to put it right here and say this is an A, B, C for the A wave, A, B, C for the B wave, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the C wave, in which we just completed this wave 4. Now this would be a very long wave C. We could actually go ahead and take a Fibonacci Extension tool, compare the length of wave A. Oops. We're not gonna use the magnet tool, it's just being a pain today. So we're gonna compare the length of wave A to the bottom wave B. We can see we came up to about basically exactly the 2, which would mean that wave C is 2 times the length of wave A, which is a very long wave C. Typically, you don't want to see it come past the 1.618 for the most part, but it is valid, especially because we're on a lower time frame. So it would be a very long wave C, but I think it is valid. So I'm going to put the wave 3 here for here, and we have yet to come down for a minimum at wave 5, which would presumably, if this is a correction, that would presumably be the first 5 waves of a zigzag, in which case, let's zoom out a little bit more. We just completed a wave A for something like an A, B, C. Now, if this is a wave 4, it's most likely that would just be the first A wave or W wave of this wave 4 correction. It's not as common to see zigzags as a wave 4 unless it's a WXY. So my guess is if we do get a zigzag as shown, then we're probably going to get a 3-wave move up or get some sort of WXY or triangle. So we could get something like this, which would be in the case of a flat. We could also get a zigzag down, zigzag up, and then we could slowly make a triangle count as so. So it would be an A, B, C, D, E. That would of course be a very long drawn out wave 4 if we were to get a triangle. But overall, we just gonna have to wait and see what we get off the once we get off these wave 5 lows. Now, some things we could be looking at to get a price target for the bottom of this wave 5 or the bottom of the wave C in the case that we get an A, B, C are gonna be for me this channel right here. So we could get an A, B, C into the bottom of this channel. What we could also get, which I think would be more likely if we get an A, B, C to give us better symmetry between the A wave and the C wave, would probably be coming a little bit lower down to these lows right here, which will be the bottom of this wave 4. So if we consider this all, let's hide the channel, if we consider this all a range right here, we just got a deviation of the range for the wave 5. This is the bottom of the range. Then we could expect something like this where we get A, B, C into the bottom of the range. Maybe we get a swing failure pattern of these lows right here, and then finally make our way back up for the next move. All right, now to summarize for you guys, what we're looking at is the completion of this minor wave 3 up here for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to expect this wave 4 to be pretty long and drawn out for the most part, so I'm not going to expect this wave 4 to complete anytime soon, and for us to start making new highs all the way up here to complete this intermediate wave 1. I'm going to probably expect something more like this, like I mentioned, something a little bit more drawn out for this wave 4 before we finally get a rise up. Now, what we could also be looking at for this wave 3 is that this is all a 1, 2. So this would be a minuet 1, 2 here. And this is all a long drawn out triangle for a wave 4. I don't like that much because it doesn't give us nice symmetry with this wave 2 in terms of time duration. This would be a very long wave 4 compared to this wave 2. But it is a possibility if we get something like this. I'm not going to consider it likely right now until we do get a rejection somewhere around here off this trend line. Then get another move up like that. But it is a possibility to keep in mind. And yeah, that's basically all I wanted to show you guys today in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the Discord server in the next video. Take care. Bye.